Good morning. Welcome to our historical weapons program for this Monday morning, working on the Yang style Tai Chi Saber. This is going to be our last sword class for the month of November. So if you're going to jump in with us for December, make sure we'll get those e-transfers moving, and I'll be bringing out the links over the weekend ready for our December classes. Okay, let's get ourselves settled into the ground, and we'll just warm up a little bit to get started. It can rise and fall. And we're looking from side to side. And ear from shoulder to shoulder. Good. Shoulders are going to roll back. And shoulders can roll forward. Arms can circle around one way and around the other. We're going to reach and lean to one side and reach and lean to the other. And then let those arms go loose. Let the trunk turn and the arms wrap a bit. Let's get the shoulders stretched out before we take on the weight of the weapon. So we're going to cross over and give a pull. And same on the other side. And come up and over and pull down. And same on the other side. And then we're going to go behind the back and pull. And same on the other arm. And we can shake out those arms, let the hips roll around one way and the other. One more time, the first way and the second. Good. Circle our wrists around one way and around the other. Again, first way and the second. And then we're going to push in on the wrist. And same on the other side. And then we're going to go at the back. We're going to pull the fingers back. And same on the other side. And we'll shake it out and let's pick up our weapons. So let's start out like we did last week, just warming up with some of those opening circular motions. So we're settling down the front, we're opening out the outside. Just do a couple rotations, getting that feeling of being able to sort of rest the sword in the arm. And then we'll go the other way, up, center, out, and around. Good. Okay, so one of the other things you can think about kind of getting used to is that passing the pommel, the handle of the sword over to the dominant hand. So you're picking up, you're catching, you're creating your nice wrap on the grip, but you've also got this feeling you can press. So we want to get used to being able to kind of roll and get different parts of the arm or the palm, the forearm, elbow area, so we can brace and push. Palms can push. You just want to feel comfortable with that kind of sword resting, as well as being able to change the connection point in the arm and forearm. Okay, so let's start out with our downwards diagonal cutting, like we have been doing for most of the lesson plan. So we're going down to cut one, we're coming over and down two. So we'll go 1, 2, kind of the strengthening part of the class, 3, but also giving you a chance to really work on coordinating those cuts so they're coming from the ground, from the legs, from the torso out into the weapon. 8, 9, and 10. We're going to go to the non-dominant arm, so crossing over and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's go to the dominant arm again, rising diagonals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like you're drawing a big X in front of you. 9 and 10. Let's go to the non-dominant arm as we do our strength work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, edge angle and cut angle. Those want to mesh up. So if you're getting used to this, you're like, oh, I've been doing these cuts for a few weeks now, and I feel like I'm getting bored of this. Really dial in on your edge angle. Okay, let's go back to our dominant arm. Let's do some downwards verticals. So we're coming over and down. 1, 2. And this is where we're talking about how we kind of turned over the blade as it passes the body to set up, and how that turnover is also a way to deflect and cut. So you can think about cut, deflect, wind up, cut, deflect, wind up. So you get used to passing that blade beside you. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go to the non-dominant arm, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And a lot of that is also, it's deflection, it's also recovery. This blade wants to drag us, and what we want to be able to do is settle and drop the elbow so we can cut again. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go back to the dominant arm, and now let's cut. So first we're cutting here towards the opposite arm. Now let's come around in front of the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So for today, let's do some wrist strengthening, and let's do chop and return work. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the non-dominant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Getting that arm worked. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Let's go to our horizontals. We'll do both cuts and chops today. So we've got cut through. Remember this, where we turned it over. We let it kind of rest on the forearm, and then we're pushing and coming back. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll switch to the other arm in our strengthening phase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Getting that arm working hard. So we said we're going to do some chops from here. So now we're going to hit and return. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whole body. 6. Think like a whip. 7, 8, 9, 10. Non-dominant. 1. Pull back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's finish our strengthening phase with a bit of wrist work today. So we're going to go roll 1 and then the other side 2. So back a blade, front a blade. 1, 2, 3. Working on forearm strength. 4 and wrist strength. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll do the same in the non-dominant. 1. Back of blade, edge, back of blade. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Last bit of wrist work. We're going to come up from underneath. 1, 2, and we talked about these could be cuts, but these can also be our high wall deflections. Deflect, deflect, deflect. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Over to the non-dominant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we'll let go of the strengthening section and let's start to work on parts of the set itself. So let's do a bit of a repetition of one of our first movements, which is a deflect, brush, and thrust combo. So we go roll back, deflect, thrust. So 1, we're brushing the leg, we're spiraling. Remember we talked about the tip coming forward and then pivoting. So we turn the palm up. So we're rolling back, brushing, thrusting, rolling back, brush, and thrust, roll, brush, and thrust. Roll, brush, thrust, deflect, and thrust through, deflect, and thrust. 2 more, deflect, and thrust. Last one, deflect, and thrust. So in this first phase, we've kind of got the sword in the hand and the brushing hand at a level position. Later, we'll end up taking that over the head. Okay, what were one of the other things we've been practicing? We've been practicing those 2 step through rising cuts. So we were going from here, we were stepping in with the sword arm. So the right leg steps. We get our cut. We think maybe about a deflection on the side. We fold this over so our sword is kind of parallel to the ground and we're braced up on our forearm. And then we take a step with the right leg and we follow through with the left. And this is where we're talking about that sort of reinforced cut. We come in behind and we grab the wrist and we draw up to cut. So we've got step through 1, roll back and step 1, 2. let that come back, step through. So we've got kind of like a two-step pattern here. If we make it a walk, we go step left, step right, draw in, step right, step left, draw it back. Step left and right, draw back, step right and left. Let's do a couple more of those. So we step through, 1, 2, right leg forward, come back, 1, 2, left leg forward, draw back, 1, 2, with the right leg, draw back, 1, 2, reinforced. Couple more. So we're stepping through, cut, draw back, step through. Again, come around, 1, 2, draw and reinforced, 1, 2, last one for today. So we're going to roll back and step. So this time we're kind of clearing with the arm as we step left, left arm is reaching, and we step through with the right, and we're balancing out the arms. Then we're drawing back into that left leg, settling the sword. And as we step with the right, we were talking about, oh, that could be a pommel kind of strike coming out. And then we're pushing through with that other side. Oh, we'll do one more. So we roll that back and 1, 2, roll that back and 3, 4. Okay, let's practice something that's coming up in the set shortly. And this is a type of thrust where we are pushing the sword out with the edge facing the sky, and we're driving the tip out and away from us. So we're pushing out. We're going to do this for now by coming over and pushing out. We're going to come over, so we're going to come around, we're going to turn it over high, and we're going to push that out. So we're thrusting with the tip down and in. Quite often this is going to be looking to kind of enter into the throat area, things of that sort. Always pleasant stuff when we talk swords. So over and thrust. Over and thrust. So you could think about it as deflect, turn over, thrust out. Deflect, turn over, and then thrust from there. So you're driving that out. Let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so let's do a review of the last couple movements that we were working on last week, and then where we're going to head to this week. So last week we were looking at a section where we had drawn in the sword and we were going over our head to make a cut down. So we were going from our high pressed position, we were going lift up, and we had the sword over our head, right leg up. Then we stepped out and we did that chop down. Boom. This is what then led us to stepping through into the section we were just practicing. 1, cut up from underneath. 2, now in the set, we take this second hit, we step out on a 45. 1 and 2. So I'm heading 45 degrees in that. Now what we're going to add is tricky. We're going to take the sword, we're going to move it behind our head and let it settle on our shoulder. So we had this, oh sorry, we've got one more piece before that. We come up, we're going to go pull in, and I think we did this last week, press out. So I'm still on that 45. So if this is my straight line, this is all happening on a 45. I just happen to be facing in this direction. So we've gone lift, lift, step, 1, cut under, 2, roll back, and reinforce cut on the 45. I then sink back into my right leg and I pull in. I'm turning my palm in towards my body. I'm dropping the sword down about shoulder height, and then kind of like a single whip position. I'm pressing out, but I'm putting the sword up and over my head. So you can just do this for a second. In, out, draw in, push out. And you're taking the sword up, and the palm is spiraling out at the same time. So we're going in, out, in, out. Now we had it here in the set. So we had come through with that left leg and we were holding on to the hand. So we're going to release the hand, draw in, and press out. Okay, so that's on a 45 one way. The next piece of this is to bring the sword over the head. So now the tip of the sword is facing 45 degrees the other. So I'm making a bit of a V here. In my original palm pressing, I'm over here on a 45, and then I'm going to drop the sword over my shoulder, and it's going to face a 45. And then we're going to have some interesting footwork. This is going to take us a little bit to make this thrust. So let's get there one more time. We've done our step through with the left leg forward. We're going to draw in and down, and we're going to press back out. So what am I going to do here? I'm going to bring the sword over. We'll get the timing a little bit better as we go. I'm going to bring the sword over my shoulder. I'm going to turn in with my left foot, and I'm going to touch my hand, my right hand with my left. So I'm going to go 1. I'm going to turn that over. I'm going to turn out with my right foot a little bit. I'm going to weight my right foot so that I can pick up the left into crane and thrust back behind. So this time I'm turning over the sword. So here we were thrusting and keeping the tip down when we were doing the warm-ups and the strengthening, but now I'm going to spiral so that the blade edge faces to the floor. So from edge up to edge down. So we're shooting that out and turning it over. But we've got to get all this footwork going along with it. So let's take it from where we pulled in and pressed out. I'll do it from this angle a couple times and we'll switch. So I'm going to turn in, drop the sword, cup over with my hand. We'll get better timing. Open the foot, look to the back, pick up the left leg, and thrust out where we lift up into crane, and my hand goes into that armpit, thumb and armpit position. So I thrust that out, and let's not leave you on one leg to finish today. So what we're going to do is we're going to step forward and palm strike while leaving the sword behind us. And that's where that's the section we're going to try and put together today. So 2 more times from this angle, and we'll switch up the angle. So we stepped in, remember, left leg, left arm reinforcing the cut. Roll back, settle, palm in, step out, raise a sword, palm out. Turn in, sword goes over the head. Turn out, left hand cups around right. Lift up the left leg, thrust out with the sword. Then step with the left and palm. So we're getting a turnaround. We're heading in a new direction. Like most sets, we go one way, we turn around, we come back. And this is how we're making our turnaround. But in this case, we're going from 45 degree to 45 degree angles. So I've stepped out on my 45. I've got my left leg forward. I've got that reinforced cut. I draw in, and then I press out. I'm going to roll back, drop the sword over my shoulder. It's now pointing to the 45 behind. I scoop my left hand underneath. I open up with the right foot to set it up as I turn. Then I lift up that left leg and thrust out before stepping and palm striking. Okay, I'm going to do it a couple times from this side, and then we'll try to integrate it into the set. So I cut through, I had that settle, I'm making my 1-2 step with the reinforced block, and I'm stepping off on a 45. From here, I draw in the hand and the sword, draw in the left leg, and then I step back out, raising the sword, pressing the palm. I'm going to bring the sword over the head as I turn in. I'm going to turn out and gather up. And now I'm going to fire the sword on a 45-degree back to the corner. And now I'm going to go back to my straight line, facing the opposite direction with my palm strike. So 1, 2, and cut up underneath. Draw back and in. Step out and press. Turn in over the head. Turn out, cup the hand. Up into crane, thrust to the 45. Step and palm strike. Let's do that one more time from this angle. So we drew back, we stepped 1, 2 to our reinforced cut. We draw in, we press out. We over the head, turn in, turn out, cup. So you're all kind of coiled up here, and you fire the sword out on the 45. Then we're going to step and palm. We'll do it one more time. Under, step through. Let's go for a bit of flow. Roll back, press out, turn, turn, thrust, and palm strike. Okay, let's try and integrate that into the set as we've been working on it. So we've got our opening, up, and settle, step out, and circulate the sword up and around, turning in with the right, pulling back the left. We go for our stomp. Then we step through, present. We brush with the hand, with the right hand. We circle the sword, right hand overhead. Turning the trunk, picking up. There's that resting we were working on earlier. Lift, step, cut low. Deflect. Here's the one we worked on as a repetition. Thrust. Now we roll back, and this time we're pressing that reinforced deflection to this corner. We go back on a 45 down. We pick up high, and then we press out high. Now we lift the sword over the head, raising the right leg. Step down, chop down, lift the left. Circle under, and here's our step through cut 1. Roll back. Here's our double step through reinforced with the left leg forward on the 45. Then we drop the sword low and the palm in, and we step and press back out. Now we're turning in, turning through, thrusting behind, and then stepping out to palm. No problem, all coming together. Let's do that one more time. We're kind of crunched for time. We'll get it through one more today. So we go 1, 2, and down. Step, reach out, roll back, and stomp. Step through and present. Roll back, brush with the right, circle the sword, right hand overhead. Transfer, step, cut low, deflect, brush and thrust. Roll back, step to the 45, press to block, down and up. Step out, pressing high. Now right leg comes up, sword comes up. Left leg comes up, sword cuts down to chop. We come underneath, we turn that chop into a rising cut. We roll that back and we step out for our left leg forward reinforced cut. We settle in, we press out. Here comes the hard part. Turn in, drop the sword, turn out, gather around. Lift the right and thrust, lift the left and thrust out. Then roll and press with the palm. Nice. We're going to get into our drapes next time we get together. We're going to have to leave it there for today. Nice thing is, only went through the set a couple times, like, oh, I need more repetitions. It's going to be up on the archive shortly. You can just grab that section and just work on it as many times as you'd like. All right. Thanks for training today. If you're here and you've got some questions, let's take those. If not, an email or a text, I will bring the information into the next lesson for you. And we will see you for December classes.